This is Charlene Hawks, and you are tuned to the Just Don't Quit broadcast network. Just Don't Quit: How Faith and the Human Spirit Survive Insurmountable Odds.
Blocked by Tyrone. I don't think he was shooting. He was trying to get it from Riley. Gets past Shalafi, and Shalafi will have none of that. That is Blood Alley. It's called Blood Alley for a reason. And Andrew Riley is still down. He's on all fours. Mangum goes over to give him 5, but Riley doesn't want any of them. That's how intense this gets.
Let's just keep rolling, guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3, 6!
Big mistake by the Lakers. Their strategy paid off. Oh, and Griffin just schools McGee. Griffin spun around and McGee bit. Griffin went to the lane and got fouled.
1, 2, 3,
Just Don't Quit: How Faith and the Human Spirit Survive Insurmountable Odds. Just Don't Quit is a collection of stories about the human endurance and tenacity of adaptive athletes living and competing to survive in this world. For stories like this to work, it is essential to find the right subject, and adaptive athletes fit that bill. Using classic storytelling, one can develop a story that brings their power, energy, and truth to the screen. Adaptive athletes represent a world that has enormous dramatic potential, which has never been consistently explored in the media.
Play of the game. Riley down to Tyrone. Challenged by Griffin, who tries to save it, does right to Prelo. Prelo's got a wide open shot, dumps it down in to their big man underneath it. Here comes Griffin out of nowhere. He blocks it. Wow, what a play by Griffin. He saved that ball, came back in, and he's going to go coast to coast right down the middle, and he shoots it up and in. You'll want to mark that sequence there. Jeff Griffin doing it all for Utah. He ties it up, 48-40.
Just as you don't have to be a boxer to appreciate boxing movies like Rocky, Ali, or Raging Bull, you don't have to be confined to a wheelchair or disabled to appreciate wheelchair sports and their competitors. People in the United States know disabilities as a physical limit, a border, a boundary. But for adaptive athletes, this disability is the psychological dividing line that separates them from where and who they want to be. If you think about it, we all have our own disabilities or limitations. These boundaries all separate us from where and who we want to be. We all have our own borders that we are trying to cross. These are borders that define all of us. We all have our own handicaps. Just Don't Quit is an opportunity to once again explore a unique stratum of American culture, to peel back its layers and take a look at Americans struggling to find their way.
That's good, that's good, that's good. You good? That's good. You got that? All right, now get out of here.
In Just Don't Quit, we are exposed to a world little known or visited in film or in the mainstream news coverage. These are the stories of severely injured Americans struggling to make it legitimately, despite the confines of their disability.
This is Randall at JustDon'tQuit.com. Join me for the Adaptive Sports Report as we merge the intersection between sports and storytelling like never before through adaptive athletes such as Eddie McGee and Phil Ramsey.
Get ready, go.
Eddie McGee, number 33, LA Lakers.
Perfect.
When you lost your leg to cancer, how did that change your life, or how did that affect? How did your life change?
It really broke my heart when they said, well, originally what they were going to do is take out the bone that was infected with cancer and replace it with a piece of titanium steel. And then at that point they said you could walk and sleep. I couldn't play football anymore, I couldn't run, I couldn't ride my dirt bikes, and that broke my heart more than anything. And then after the cancer spread up and they took the leg off, they said, no, you can go skydiving, you can do whatever the hell you want. So I was, okay, I'm kind of indestructible now. So I went out and did whatever, I went back to my dirt bikes and started playing wheelchair basketball and lived my life to the fullest.
Were you angry?
No, you know, I lucked out. My parents are born and raised in New York, you know, out of Queens and Long Island. My parents are like, well, this is the way it is. You suck it up and you get through it. Ain't no bitching about it. My grandfather lost both his legs to diabetes, so it wasn't anything new to me. And it was like, okay, well, my grandfather's still my grandfather. I knew him with 2 legs, and I know him with 1 leg, and then I knew him with no legs, and he's still my grandfather. So that was it. So it wasn't bad at all.
My name's Phil Ramsey, and I've competed in 4 United States wheelchair Olympic teams, Paralympics that is. I'll be 78 years old in May.
Whoa!
I will tell you this, that with our Wheeling Dream Team of 64, we could probably give any pro team 20 points spot and beat them.
Any pro, like real pro team? Like
a real pro team, providing they played us in the wheelchair.
So, do you think that you would have beat the original Dream Team with Larry, Michael, and Magic?
Anybody that you want to name.
Really?
Anybody that you
What about LeBron?
Huh?
LeBron.
No problem.
Shaq. I like his style.
He'd be lucky if he saw the down court.
Yes, what do you mean?
Stay tuned for these and other captivating stories about adaptive athletes, including stories from our military, as wheelchair basketball was invented after World War II to help injured veterans with physical and mental rehabilitation as they came home from fighting for our freedom.
You're tuned to JDQ Sports.